Plastic. Just what is plastic exactly? Is it something we use to store our food in? Is it something contaminating our land and oceans? Or is it a substance that we use to make our lives easier? Turns out it's all of them. Well, first, let's begin where it all started. 1862. 1862 is the year it all began, where the metallurgist, which is a type of scientist that specializes in metals such as steel, aluminum, and copper. One of them, named Alexander Parks, first came up with the idea of plastic. He made three key ingredients come together for the first time: crude oil, carbon, and polymers, which form the substance plastic. Sure, there were complications and it wasn't perfect, but it was the first idea that would eventually lead to the unconventional horror that has come today. Over time, ideas developed. New plastic was made, but with many faults. Leo Hendrik Wakelin, he invented bakelite in 1907, which was the first plastic used widely in European industries. So now let's recap for a moment. Leo Hendrik Wakelin invented this plastic, but what's wrong with that? And it was only used in Europe, so how did it come to be worldwide like it is today? Well, let's go back in time to the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution occurred from the late 1700s to the early 1800s. During this time, countries around the world were adapting. They were upgrading their agricultural ways, the population of the world was rising, and powerful countries were showing their dominance. Now we have these billions of people who are adapting to new life with new housing, electricity, food distribution, and media development. Up until then, you had wooden barrels, wagons, and other natural components that could decompose over time. When Leo Wakelin made this plastic, people thought now we have a better way to handle our growing population, distribution of food, and we have a new way to live. But little did they know what would happen. Plastic started to be used as a large shipment container as first, but it came slowly into our everyday lives, and it wasn't going anywhere anytime soon. We started using plastic so much that now we can't imagine our lives without it. A recent survey concludes that most people don't know the truth about plastic. It kills people, animals, and marine life all over the world every single day. And what's most disappointing is that with all the efforts coming from so many different organizations all around the world, we still don't stop making this harmful substance. Now I want you to imagine a blue whale. You may be thinking of a big whale swimming about in the ocean. Imagine that it's 85 feet long and weighing 300,000 pounds each. If these whales were to be completely filled with plastic, then the number of whales needed to hold all the plastic on our planet would be 80 billion blue whales. The amount of plastic would weigh approximately 2.4 quadrillion tons in total. This number can only increase by two factors. The first one is that we keep making this plastic and dumping it in landfills and oceans. What people think is that plastic will soon go into the soil and decompose over time like our other biodegradable ingredients that we make, such as wood and aluminum and copper, which do decompose over time. But the truth is that plastic does not go away. The reason for that is because there are special man-made components in the plastic that are not biodegradable. It would take 1,000 years for every single piece of plastic made in existence to dissolve completely. Some people say it's not true because the ocean can't hold that much of plastic and the planet can't either. But the truth is that it can if it's broken down to smaller pieces. These smaller pieces in the ocean get completely filled up with algae, which to many fish and other marine life think it's food. And when they eat this food, they feel like they're eating, but the truth is that they're not. The truth is that they're starving to death, and we end up eating those fish, and humans end up dying. What can you do to help plastic? There is a myriad of ways for you to help us. Help the marine life, help our planet, help the oceans. You can join many different types of organizations that are cleaning up our oceans. You can stop using plastic straws or plastic bags and start using biodegradable ingredients. You don't have to do plastic every time. You can find other ways. Even though it's more expensive, you must think of the better good for our planet. And the thought of every human is that it's only me, so why does it matter? It does matter. You can make a change. Thank you.